All right, here we go. Here's another quick video that is going to show you the basics um, of how to create your own keychain. There's some fun different options we can do here, but really I want to show you some of the specifics when we're using a USB drive, creating a keychain, and then exporting it so we can 3D print it. So, from the home screen, classes, view class, go into this day one activity, and then start the tutorial. It'll load up here, and then like you did for the other tutorials, follow the instructions. And I don't remember what the name is, but it asks you to make Katie. So I do want you to make Katie. Just follow it, knowing that afterwards we'll delete it, we'll get rid of it, make your own name. And if you really are ambitious, we can do a little bit more of an advanced one. Following the instructions, there's a bunch of different things you do, like do this, but I want to show you a couple more things too. For instance, if you select one letter here, opposed, I like to hold down Alt on the keyboard, and what that allows me to do is duplicate it. Right? And then I can kind of maintain having all the other letters. So I'm just going to quickly do, and like sometimes it gets messed up. You go to hold Alt and click and drag it and it goes all wonky. We just always undo. Whoop, see, didn't mean to do that. Control Z on the keyboard. So sometimes you just actually need to hold Alt. I'm blowing it. There we go. Mr. C. So I personally like to do that a little bit more like that. Now, if I take this, hit Control, a lot of the things I'm talking about now you should have learned in the first tutorial. So I'm going to temporarily group and then use Alt again. Okay, I can change the size a little bit more to fit. And really, what's even better is now I'm going to ungroup it, just choose the red piece, and just change the sizing of that so I'm not changing the proportions of this keychain. Now, this is purposely going to be all misaligned. So this isn't in the tutorial, but what I want you to do, hold the mouse button down, select them all, and this is slightly more advanced, but if we go to this part here called Align, if I click on this dot, it will center it all together. Okay, now if I went here, it'll do something weird that we don't want. Just undo that. But now that I have these, I'm going to bundle that group, bring it over here, readjust it, and like for this part, you can, there's different things you can do. Sort of depends on what your preference is. But I like to select them all and then group it. Do you have to use Alt? Do you have to? I just, if you want to make more than one, it's better to do it like this. Because I had a student do this the other day where if I wanted to, okay, maybe I'll just, I'm kind of freestyling it here myself. If you wanted to, and you could see how you can kind of ungroup. But if we wanted to kind of mess around with this a little bit, and if I sort of overlap them, hold Shift, maintain those proportions, and I want to connect these all together so that they're sort of overlapping. What I've done is created my own little keychain. Right, so this is a little bit more custom, it's a little bit more advanced. You have to make this one, but if you want to get a little bit more artistic with it, go for it. Just they need to be connected or it won't work when you 3D print it. So now if I select these all, group it, right? I got my own sort of different keychain here. Okay, so now's the most important part. We want to export this design that we've created, save it to a USB drive, and then take that digital file to our 3D printer so we can print it. So there's a couple of different things we can do here. I'm going to just select this basic one right here and make sure that it's grouped, and so it's one full shape. Now with it selected, I'm going to go up to the top right hand corner here and click export. So there's a difference. We are going to download this file, and I don't want to export everything in the design. I only want to do the selected shape. So make sure that is clicked, and then we're going to either choose an OBJ file or an STL, but I like to use an OBJ. Okay, it's downloaded. Now, this is a little bit tricky. There's a zipper on this file that we've created. Now that is because it downloads faster, so the operating system of your computer wants to compress it, and it just makes it a little bit more of a reliable file when we're downloading something from a browser. But we can't use it until we've extracted it. So that zipper, we have to get rid of that zipper. So if I click here, or I'll show you this. If you clicked on this file folder, it will open it, but for some reason that's gone. It's going to be in download, so I could click on the file explorer here. And basically, just remember the directory it's in, the drive. So we downloaded it to the downloads folder. Click here. And keyring letters. Click on it. Now when you click on this file, boom, extract all shows up. So we have to do this or it won't work. Extract all. Extract. Okay, this folder will come up. Sometimes I'll change this file name, but if you go back to downloads, now you see that zipper is gone and that file will now work. So that's it. I'm going to make another video here later showing you how to bring that into our slicing software called Creality Print, which is where we take that file and turn it into something called G-code. That is basically a language that will speak with our 3D printers. I should have mentioned this earlier, but it's best before you export your file to just come up to the top left-hand corner here and rename the file, because we don't want them all to say the same thing. That's it. Good luck.